Welcome, and thank you for using the Arctic Cold Cap system. In this video, we will demonstrate proper procedure for best results in preventing hair loss during your chemotherapy treatments. While you undergo treatment, we will do everything we can to ensure that your cold cap experience is as simple and effective as possible. We will be on hand to answer any question and provide any support within our power. Your success is our success. That is why we have produced this tutorial, to guide you through the ins and outs of our cold cap system, making sure your loved ones and caregivers are prepared to effectively execute the treatment. I would like to take a few minutes to show you what is included in your cold cap system. A cooler with 8 cold caps, a headband, a loose tooth comb, hairnets, liners, moleskin, a swim cap, straps for the cold cap, gloves, a digital thermometer, a timer, and a satin pillowcase. There are some very important things to always remember. The caps must be worn long enough, at least 45 minutes before the chemo infusion, during your infusion, and for at least 4 hours after your chemo infusion. They must be cold enough, -30 degrees Fahrenheit to -25 degrees Fahrenheit. They must be changed often enough. Change the first cap after 15 minutes, then at least every 20 minutes thereafter. They must be worn tight enough. Use the outer cap and the straps that we provide to make the best contact with your scalp. The other very important part of this treatment involves how you care for your hair and how you keep it healthy. Do not shampoo your hair for 3 days before your chemo infusions and for 3 days after. Use only mild, clear organic shampoos. Recommended shampoos are Avalon Organics, Ren Pure, Honesta, Hair La Vie, and Pure D'Or. Do not shampoo your hair more than twice a week. Use room temperature water when shampooing. You can rinse your hair with cool water in between shampooing twice a week. Do not use hair dryers, curling irons, hair straighteners, or anything that applies heat to your hair. Do not pull hair in a ponytail or braid your hair. Don't brush your hair. Use a loose tooth comb. In order to avoid tangling, spray your hair with organic conditioner and comb through your hair several times a day with a wide tooth comb. The comb will be provided as well as a satin pillowcase for you to sleep on. Now let's get started. The first thing we're going to show you is how to properly cool the caps. The caps will need to be cooled in one of 2 ways, either in a lab freezer designated for cold caps, or in a cooler with dry ice to cool the caps to between -25 degrees Fahrenheit and -30 degrees Fahrenheit. If you require dry ice, you should purchase between 40 to 60 pounds of dry ice the day before, including enough to make 8 bags of ice pellets containing 3 to 4 pounds each. Put pellets in 8 individual bags. Ask the dry ice vendor to cut 2 pieces of dry ice approximately 1 inch thick by 12 inches square. If the infusion center has a biomedical freezer for the cold caps, place the caps in the freezer the day before your treatment. You must be careful when handling dry ice. Please use gloves and follow proper precautions. Place the Arctic cold caps on dry ice slabs inside the cooler. Make sure the white cardboard form is kept inside of the cap and the cap inside plastic bags during the freezing process. Place a bag of dry ice pellets inside of the cap. Make sure the dry ice pellet bag makes good contact with the inside of the cap. Repeat these steps for the remaining caps. The caps are numbered from 1 to 8. When all caps are in the cooler, tightly secure the cooler lid. The cooler is equipped with wheels and retractable handles for easy transportation. Be sure to never fold the cold caps. Keep the plastic form in the cold caps and store the caps in their plastic bags. The caps must remain dry at all times. We've covered the cooling of the caps. We will now illustrate the proper procedure for cold cap treatment. If you do not have a port like me, wait until the IV is started before you place the first cap on. The first cold cap must be worn at least 45 minutes prior to the chemo infusion. Please coordinate this with the nurse who is administering your chemotherapy. When you are ready to apply the first cold cap of the treatment, get the patient comfortable in a chair and have a blanket in place. Gently place the hairband approximately 1 inch above the hairline while putting protective liners and moleskin on the ears and forehead. This will prevent the hair from getting caught on the adhesive. Remove the headband when protection is in place. The headband can be used under the chin strap of the cap for extra comfort. Before placing the cap on, make sure that the hair is combed back and there is no scalp exposed. Take the first Arctic Cold Cap out of the freezer or cooler. Remove it from the bag and remove the white cardboard liner. Next, use your fist to mold the cap in order to make a proper fitting for the head. Remember to use the infrared thermometer to measure the temperature of the inside of the cap. The temperature must be between -25 degrees Fahrenheit and -30 degrees Fahrenheit. If the thermometer reads low, it indicates that the cap is too cold. Use your hands to help bring the cap to the proper temperature. When ready, place the Arctic Cold Cap on the head by placing the cap over the forehead first, from front to back. Have the patient assist by pulling the cap on securely. Be sure to press the cap firmly onto the scalp. Any areas of the scalp not making contact could result in the loss of hair. Apply the swim cap provided over the top of the cold cap. This will ensure a tighter fit. Apply the Velcro strap securely around the cap to ensure a tight fit. Use one strap fitting from the top of the head to the chin. Place the yellow tab down and make sure this strap is on the chin, not under. The next strap is the small one that goes from ear to ear over the top of the cap. The last strap with the red tab is placed around the head. The first cap will be changed after 15 minutes. Set the time on the timer for approximately 12 minutes to allow the next cap to reach the proper temperature. Only remove the existing cold cap when the next cold cap has reached the proper temperature and is ready to be applied. All of the following caps must be changed in 20-minute intervals or less. Be sure to quickly return used cold caps to the cooler or freezer to be properly chilled for recurring use. Place the cap that was just removed on the bottom of the cooler with a bag of dry ice pellets inside the cap. Repeat with each cap change. If you are continuing the capping at home, place the cold cap on right before leaving. If the driving distance is more than 20 minutes to your home, you will need to change the cap in your car. It is helpful if you bring a small cooler and place one cap with dry ice in it to make the cap more accessible for changing. By following these instructions, you will maximize the chances of hair retention. On behalf of all of us at Arctic Cold Caps, we wish you the best during your chemotherapy treatments, and we are humbled and honored that we have the opportunity to help protect an important part of your identity.